What's going on, guys? Get123 here with more Grand Theft Auto 5, and what I want to talk to you guys about today is some of the potential release dates for the upcoming DLC in Grand Theft Auto 5. Now first, let me be clear that this is going to be a speculation discussion type video, kind of like the videos I used to do before Grand Theft Auto 5 came out. If you're familiar with my GTA 5 talk, we're going to be doing something similar to that where we look at things from the past and we use that knowledge to predict the future. So why don't we get right into this? So the first thing that I want to talk about is the previous games that came before Grand Theft Auto 5, and the two that we're going to be looking at today are Grand Theft Auto 4 and Red Dead Redemption. Now, as you guys probably know, both of these games had DLC that came with them, and also not just DLC, but DLC that expanded the storyline. Now, I want to make clear that I'm not talking about just like new weapons added and stuff like that, because we've already seen that DLC in GTA 5, but what I'm talking about is, you know, a new storyline, a new side story, or something that introduces new characters. Just something that expands upon the story that we already know. So that's what we're focusing on. So, Grand Theft Auto 4 came out on April 29th, 2008. Wow, it already sounds like a long time ago. And the first DLC that came out for that actually added a new side story was The Lost and the Damned, and that came out on February 17th, 2009. So, that right off the bat there is roughly 9 or 10 months after GTA 4 first released. And then the second DLC that came out was obviously The Ballad of Gay Tony, which was really great. In my opinion, I really liked it, and that came out on October 29th, 2009, which is, I don't feel like counting, but roughly 6 to 7 months after the first DLC, and roughly a year and a half after GTA 4 came out. So with those two games right there, you've got about a 9-month wait, and then an additional 6-month wait for those two DLCs. And then that was pretty much it for GTA 4. We saw no more DLCs after that actually expanded upon the storyline, and that kind of wrapped up Grand Theft Auto 4 as really a great game. So then Rockstar moved on to their next work of art, and when that came out, that was called Red Dead Redemption. So I'm not even going to explain what that is. I'm assuming that if you're watching this video, you are familiar with Red Dead Redemption. And anyway, that came out on May 18th, 2010. Now, the first DLC, actually the first and only DLC that actually expanded the story, was Undead Nightmare, and that came out on October 26th, 2010. So this time, Rockstar didn't wait as long, actually. It appears that the first DLC that expanded upon the storyline came out roughly 4 to 5 months after the game came out, which I think is pretty interesting. I think that Rockstar could have probably waited a little longer to release that, but, they chose to release it when they did, and it's also important to note that there were other DLCs for Red Dead Redemption. However, they did not expand the storyline. They were things like new maps, new weapons, new vehicles, or things like that. Nothing that actually added new cutscenes and stories and things like that. So, by looking at this information, we can kind of predict the future. And I say kinda because obviously, we can't smack down an official release date, but what we can do is get an idea for when we can see the DLC coming out for Grand Theft Auto 5. However, there are a few things that we're going to have to consider, and I'll explain that in a second, but now let me just say this. Grand Theft Auto 4, I would say, we had roughly a 9-month wait until the first DLC, and Red Dead Redemption, we had, June, July, August, September, October. That is a 5-month wait, so a 5-month and a 9-month. Having said that, that means that, Grand Theft Auto 5 should roughly be the same. However, it's already been out for, October, November, December, January, February, already 5 months, and we also have no word of it. So obviously, it's not going to be a short 5-month wait like Red Dead Redemption. And, it's more likely that it's going to be closer to 9 months to a year, in my opinion, given the past history of Rockstar games. Now, the things that I said that we would want to consider is the fact that we all know that Rockstar is behind. On everything that has come out for Grand Theft Auto 5, they have been behind with everything so far. And, we still have heists to come out, we're still waiting for that, and there's really no sign of them, barely any information on them. And it's very clear that Rockstar just kind of had a little more on their plate than what they could eat. They had their hands a little full. So, having said all of that, I think that we might be waiting upwards of a year until we see the first DLC, a year after the release date anyway. So, in the end, this is just my opinion, and you are entitled to form your opinion, and that's actually what I want you to do. Just take the information that I give you here and, think for yourself. This is really just, as I said, my opinion, and I just kind of wanted to elaborate on this and, speculate with you guys on when we can expect the first DLC for Grand Theft Auto 5, because I get a lot of comments saying, do a GTA 5 talk style video where we talk about things that we can expect in the future and things like that. So that's what I wanted to bring you guys today. So I would say predict the first DLC. My best guess, I would say possibly the month of oh geez, at this point, August or September, I really think we'll be waiting nearly a year. Maybe July earliest? I don't know. That's my opinion. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious of what you guys think here, and I will be reading the comments on this one. And also, reminder, check out the giveaway on Twitter that I'm doing. Just click the link in the description below if you're interested in winning $20 in free gaming merchandise. And with that, guys, please stay tuned for more Grand Theft Auto 5 in the future. I will see you next time.